Yep, yep.
Hello, chat. Hello. So, we're here today to do a little something different. We're doing like basically a spoiler cast for Sonic Movie 3, because, both me and Ollie here, we have been really anticipating Sonic 3, and, I figured there's a lot to talk about here, so,
Oh yes, this I've been looking forward to this since the Knuckles series came out.
The flames! Yeah. But no. We're just gonna be talking about it, like, just no holds barred, just whatever the fuck we feel like talking about with the movie, because things have been, it's came out, it's doing real good.
It is something special.
And I guess just to start off, I mean, as for like my thoughts on the film, I really quite liked it. It's really very good. I have like a few minor things that I'm a little on, but I'll get to those when we get to those. But most of it is just so like good, and it kind of like almost emotionally overwhelmed me at points. It was real nice.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like there was a lot of it tackled a lot of heavy stuff, like,
Yeah.
and handled it well.
Yeah. I said it on my Blue Sky. I'll say it again here. The fact that we got like something that's basically Sonic Adventure 2 and it did it so well, I'm just like, I'm pretty pleased with it. Yeah.
It. I was like, as soon as I was out of the film, I was almost tempted to just message you, but I saw you were offline, just saying, "Holy fucking shit!" I mean, I posted it in the Discord
Holy
a bit later.
Yeah. But no. But yeah, I guess we'll just sort of like go through stuff and like talk about like how it like each thing and how it went and all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That seems like the best way to do it. So I guess just to start off with, my first note doesn't really have anything to do with the movie itself. It has to do with like the theater experience. Very lovely. There were so many kids there with like shadow hoodies and backpacks on. It was so cute. It was so nice.
Oh,
to
that's
see
adorable.
There. And like people were just really enthusiastic and respectable about it.
I had a very surreal experience.
Yeah?
When I have been to like huge like event movies, like Avengers Endgame at midnight, or like a bunch of Marvel movies at midnight, Star Wars films at midnight.
Yeah.
I have never until today seen an audience applaud when the film ends.
Oh, yeah. That I didn't get that for my audience, but like I've heard that people have done that. Yeah.
That was something special.
Yeah. It was real good. There were a lot of people of all ages really excited for this.
Yeah.
But
a lot of kids, a lot of I think like groups of adults. I was on my own, just sat in the corner at the back.
I was on my own. My disembodied Sonic head on the seat next to me.
Have you figured out what to do with that yet?
I'll figure something out.
Nice.
But yeah, no. From the get-go with this movie, it's just like it really just comes out the gate swinging. It pretty much started exactly how I expected it to, with like that cold open with Shadow like busting out a gun, which is pretty good.
Yeah, they didn't waste any time showing him off.
Yeah, I really like the sort of like suspense build it did with it, and like one of my and like it starts off with like a really strong bit of like theming and like bookending that I liked, in that it flashes back and it shows Maria playing the Live and Learn riff on the guitar, and that sort of riff, it sort of continues. It's basically Shadow's leitmotif throughout the movie, and I thought that was a really smart way to do it. To sort of have it build until like the final act, which we'll get to, but man,
yeah. Oh, that final act version of it.
Yeah.
That is a point though. The music. I was hoping after Mario that kind of lean into the game music more, which they did to an extent.
Yeah,
but...
it certainly. I noticed a few more like things in than the first two movies did, but like yeah, it's still it's not quite on the Mario level yet, but I think it is definitely better. I think they did a better job this time for sure.
It's on the upswing, but there's still room for improvement.
Yeah.
I've just seen a Ben Schwartz tweet confirmed Sonic 4.
Yeah, they said that's coming out like spring 2027. That's the plan right now, anyway.
Nice.
But yeah, we'll see.
I did also see in the credits. I did not hear this in the film. I'm gonna have to watch it again. Apparently, Escape from the City was in there, and I just missed it entirely.
So yeah, it is kind of in there. I didn't hear it on my first run either, but I have now like learned where it is, and I'll bring it up when we get there.
You've lived and learned.
I have, yes. Yeah. And then sort of goes into, and then after that, it sort of cuts to a sort of day in the life bit where we get to see Sonic and his friends hanging out, and I loved seeing just Team Sonic just having a
Team Knuckles
chill time for Team Knuckles. the fucking funny thing about that that is bit for bit an exact joke from Sonic Boom. They do that exact thing in Sonic Boom. And I'm
amazing.
It's like a back 10 years ago, except the franchise isn't nearly dead. But yeah, that whole bit was like real cute, real nice. I kind of question how Tom and Maddie know the exact day Sonic came to Earth, but let's not worry about that.
I mean, I think in universe it has been implied it's been 4 years. He's probably told them like, how would Sonic know?
He doesn't know dates. He was a baby. It's fine.
Yeah.
But I'm just like
they might just be estimating.
Yeah.
Because I mean, they also said like it's the day all our lives change forever. So they may for all we know think the day he showed up was the day he first got there.
Yeah. But yeah, no.
Actually, no, because they knew about the Blue Devil, didn't they?
Yeah, they got the Blue Devil and like the whole like Power Outage thing. It's a bit weird, but it's like it's one of those things where I'm just like, huh, that's odd. And then I just sort of stopped thinking about it. Sort of like
it's sweet. It doesn't hold up when you think too hard about it, but you're not supposed to think too hard about it. It's just it's a cute moment to kind of really add to the themes later, I think.
Yeah. But what I did like about like they make time for it, they have a good moment, they basically hit all the like opening bits they did with like Sonic 2, but they get into the plot a lot faster, I feel like, because like basically a few minutes after that we're like getting called in by Gunn, where like Shadow is here and it's like we need your help with this shit, please. He's busted shit up.
Yeah, Kristen Ritter's there for some reason.
Kristen Ritter is there, and Commander Rockwell, yeah. I have my thoughts on this, but again, I want to bring that up later because I have a theory as to like what they were doing. But
I did see something online that I think might have been. We'll talk about it when we get there.
Yeah, but like it's like
you're gonna hear that a lot tonight. I'm sorry, chat.
But yeah. They get in the helicopter, they go in their thing, and they say the line, talk about a low-budget flight, no food or movies, I'm out of here, which put a big smile on my face.
They get to iconic Shibuya Crossing.
Yeah.
Because
Sega. I almost also completely forgot that, like, they early on set up the whole, parallel between Sonic and Shadow of how, like, Sonic lost Long Claw but was able to like move on, but Shadow doesn't really get that privilege and all that, which they expand on a lot more and like play with later. But like, just really just the theming throughout is pretty strong, which is nice.
Yeah, they have that nice moment. Like this is I did write this up.
The riders are the same as the first two movies, which I mean, I like the first two movies as well, but this is like on a whole other level, so I have to wonder like if the process changed or something.
Yeah. Well, I think I might have deleted what I wrote. But it was just like the it was just something along the lines of like the theming of like of family and like being true to who you are, and you know the messages they're setting up early on to show the parallels with Shadow, the fact that Shadow lost everything and became someone entirely different to Sonic from it.
Yeah.
Like Sonic never lost what was in his lungs, and Shadow did.
Yeah, but yeah, they get a lot of like the bigger theming things right. I can absolutely understand that some people are a little more mixed on some of the other things, like how in Sonic Adventure 2, Sonic is very deliberately like he's like very anti like military, and here he's like working with gun, which is a bit weird. But like the story circumstances are a bit different. I can sort of give that a little leeway. But like they give like the big like heart. Like, they give the heart, the theming, like, that has, like, the heart and stuff. They give that, like, the flowers it needs, which is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. We get that fight scene in Tokyo where Knuckles gets his ass beat. Happy 30th birthday, buddy!
Well, all of Team Sonic get the...
I mean, yeah, true.
Yeah.
But, yeah,
Let me get that cool chase sequence.
Yeah, the chase with the bike is really cool, and
I didn't realize from the trailer he did the Akira slide into the sky.
Yeah, that was real nice. I like how he was like actively trying to shoot him while he was being chased by Sonic. The whole scene was just really well done, really well directed.
Actually, on that point, Keanu Reeves' performance.
Yeah, I think Keanu is pretty good. I was like a bit 50-50, like, because of the movie DLC, actually, where it sounds like he's phoning it in, but I feel like that was just, like, Sonic Team had the budget for, like, maybe one take with him there.
Yeah.
So, in comparison, like, yeah, he's a lot better in the movie, I will say.
I think in the movie he absolutely hits the notes well.
Yeah.
I remember watching you play the DLC, and it was... I don't know why they got him for the DLC.
Just for the star power, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm also shocked they didn't point out he sounded like Keanu at any point, considering how much Sonic loves him.
They do like a spin on the Faker bit where it's like, why do you look like me?
Yeah.
You look like me. Why do you look like me?
You look like me.
Yeah, it's real nice. But yeah. I was expecting the Keanu like call out, and they didn't really do that, which, I mean, fine, but, you know, kind of a bit weird.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Might be something on the cutting room floor. They might have just said, like, let's try and keep this focused.
I mean, considering a fourth wall break later, I'm not 100% on that, but again.
Yeah, I literally, as soon as I said that, I thought about that fourth wall break.
But yeah. But then they do, like, They do the big punch, and we get another, like, basically kind of a parallel to Sonic Movie 1, where, like, you know, they cause, like, the big outage across the city. Which I thought was, like, which is, like, a neat little thing. It's not... In the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really, like, do much, but, like, you know, neat that they remembered, I guess.
Like, pretty much the next scene, they're, like, fully back up in power in the Chow Garden, aren't they?
Yeah, because, Tails and Knuckles are there to help him get up, and Sonic's like, listen, I just need to deal with this guy on my own. He's not ready to, like, work as a team yet. So it's just... But yeah, they go to the Chow Garden. And speaking of missed opportunity jokes, I gotta say, I was 100% expecting, like, since Commander Walters, Olive Garden guy, was there, I was expecting, like, a Chow Garden, Olive Garden type of joke, and they just didn't go for it.
I actually wrote in my notes, they're clearly calling him by his real name, so it's easy to keep track of him in the flashbacks. Because they have not, like, they've called him Commander Walters, what, once in the first two films, if that?
Once or twice, but yeah, Tom kind of defaulted to calling him Olive Garden guy for a bit there.
Yeah. Like, it is purely so the audience can understand which guy is the younger him.
Yeah.
If the flashback that fades into him in the restaurant doesn't kind of key you in.
Yeah. But they, yeah, then we sort of get a bit of that, like, that origin story with Shadow, like, where he came from, and they change a bit of it, but, I think it is for the better, and, like, it kind of alludes to some things that I'm very excited for the future. Because, I'm just saying, Shadow, breaks off from a certain comet, and, if you know anything about the Shadow the Hedgehog game, Black Doom and the Black Arms come from the Black Comet. So I'm wondering if sometime in the future, be it in a Shadow spinoff or a future movie, they have intentions for Black Doom to eventually get in there. That would be a weird pull, but I would not be against it, is the thing.
I mean, the fact that, like, I was looking into this a bit after, like, doing some research, because there is a few spots in my Sonic game knowledge.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people are saying, like, it is pretty much identical, but just a smaller version of the Black Comet.
Yeah, it pretty much looks like the Black Comet, which is neat, yeah. Because
like in... Sorry, go on.
Yeah, in the original game, Gerald did pretty much create Shadow. Black Doom just gifted him the power of, like, chaos control and all that. So, yeah, in exchange for making him his warrior, yeah.
Yeah, made a deal. I was reading Gerald's stuff as well. Like, made a deal to the Black Doom would get the Chaos Emerald 50 years down the line, or something along those lines. I don't know.
Yeah,
I learned a lot today.
Something along that. Yeah, the Shadow lore. There's a lot to it. That's kind of why they made that the Year Shadow in the first place, because there's a lot to unpack there.
Yeah.
But yeah, Walters is talking about, like, the keys to the Eclipse Cannon, which I did kind of figure they weren't going to do the whole Space Colony arc, because that's, like, a bit, like, out of their scope. But, like, yeah, the Eclipse Cannon is, like, the big important thing, you know, the big shooty thing that will kill everyone.
It's gonna piss on certain things.
Yeah. But yeah,
yeah, and then the egg robots come to play.
Yeah. But yeah, but then after that, Commander Walters dies.
Yep.
I did not expect him to just die.
What I've got in my notes is literally no more Olive Garden guy in 4. And then the note under that is that they're clearly calling him by his real name, so it's easy to keep track in the flashbacks.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just like a kind of a shocking moment, because, like, they've got him for every single one of these, like, from the first to the third, and it's just like, he's not, like, an important character, and, like, we know these movies have no problem with killing people. Again, more on this later, but like, damn, I don't know, I guess him, like, Gun Commander / Walters / Olive Garden guy dying, I don't know, I wasn't really expecting all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a neat thing. They got
I mean, that said, are we 100% certain? There's something later in the film which I know is a little bit of a fake out, but there's the implication he could still be around.
I feel like maybe, but also the fact that Rockwell, like, sort of is like rummaging through his shit, like, while he's, like, collapsed there, just kind of, like, gives me the impression. And then I know what you're talking about.
Rockwell's also the one in the later scene I'm talking about.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah.
And what happens? Right. The mysterious biker shows up in the middle of the Chow Garden. Did you like immediately figure out who that was? Yeah.
Like, no hesitation.
That's Agent Stone.
Yeah.
Which is cool. Yeah. I do love that they've, like, steadily been giving him more and more stuff to do. It's been very, very nice.
Yeah, he has a lot in this one in particular.
Yeah, there's, like, with all the things that happen, like, in this movie, I'm honestly, like, ready to say that he might be my favorite non-Eggman human character in the Sonic series. He's real good. I like him.
His relationship with Eggman.
Yeah. I should say non-Robotnik related character. I should say.
Yeah. I mean, you did say non-Robotnik character. To be fair.
Just to, like, further clarify, I guess. But yeah.
Yeah.
They get to the crab. Eggman's watching his Spanish soap operas.
I did note bisexual lighting in the crab.
Yeah, you know, I didn't clock that, but yeah, that is very much a thing. Yeah. Yeah, they sort of. They hook up with him. They're like, Eggman's like, please give me my crack cocaine. I need my fix.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's addicted to the quill.
Yeah. And from there they go to the abandoned base, right? There's nothing in between there that I missed in my notes.
We see Shadow get there first, and
right?
We get more in depth on the flashbacks, and we kind of learn that Walter's obfuscated a little bit of the truth to Team Sonic.
Yeah, yeah. Which is also I don't remember if this is like way later or if we passed it already, but Sonic's like, I'm not trusting anybody else. I gotta figure this out.
Yeah, I think that is when they first get the key.
Yeah.
Walters gives them one of the keys to the. Yeah. Which
is nice. Yeah, but yeah, the Maria flashback stuff is very, very sweet. I like that quite a lot. I like that it's like she's like they bond because like she's like the one person who's like not like afraid of him. Very nice. They go out. They go out to the stars. There's that bit with the that looks just like the Dark Beginning short, which is nice.
Mm.
And apparently, I didn't.
Is this going to be about the B movie?
Yes, because I did not know this. I didn't notice this somehow. But my friend Ty, I'd like to shout out my friend Ty. He pointed out to me that puppet in the movie is the Bio-Lizard.
Yep. That's how they adapted Bio.
And I don't know how I didn't catch that, but you know, it's fun little way to work him in, because like I kind of expected them not to do that because it would kind of muddy up the stuff and maybe a bit too much money to put a giant monster in the end of the movie.
Yeah, they managed to nod to the lore without going too too in depth with it.
Yeah. All right.
And yeah, then they arrive at Team Sonic and Robotnik and Stone end up at the facility where we get the reunion the trailers showed us.
Yeah, there's a couple things I wanted to get to before that though. In that we get like they split up the group, so we get a little bit of like dynamics here and there. We get Eggman trauma dumping to Sonic, which him using the term trauma dumping actually got a big laugh out of my theater. And honestly, one of my favorite little bits in this movie is like the scene between Stone and Tails. Honestly, like that's a dynamic I never really thought about, but it's a really good dynamic. Like
I think that scene in particular makes some scenes later hit harder, like when Stone starts to really think about his position.
Yeah. I like how Stone is like, he doesn't really he's like you're like Sonic, like minion or henchman or whatever, and Tails like, nah, we're like friends, like how you and Eggman are friends, and he's just like, yeah.
Whilst he's wearing a tie over a shirt that Robotnik ripped off of him 5 minutes prior.
Yeah. That was real fun, but yeah. Knuckles just kind of flies solo for a bit, but that's just sort of how he is.
He's scared of ghosts.
No such thing as a friendly ghost.
No such thing as a friendly ghost.
That was a good bit, yeah. But after a little bit of that, we get into we find Gerald. Gerald's there. He's just there. He's just 110 and alive. It's a little crazy. I don't know how he's so big-bodied when he was on prison rations for 50 years, but you know, again, let's not worry about that. We just needed Jim Carrey in the fat suit, and we got it.
What I find fascinating as well is like Ivo kind of outright says like, I have no family. So like,
I mean, well, yeah, he says in the first movie that he was orphaned, but I get,
of course he does.
Yeah, so
right.
Like he's aware of his grandpa, but he like never really got to know him, I guess, is the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't seem to be aware of him in this universe so much.
I guess not, but like.
Yeah.
Like once you see somebody with the same mustache, I guess it's like.
Yeah.
Same genes. But yeah.
They do another "I found you" faker moment there.
Yeah. And then we get to the, I believe, this is where we get to the little meta bit that I'm like, it's like we're the same actor in a movie playing 2 different roles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
got a laugh out of me, but
Yeah.
it didn't need to be there.
Yeah. I'll get to it. I'll get into it a little more as we like go through things, but I do think, while I do like Jim Carrey and I do think that he does a good job as Eggman and Gerald, it's like I feel like a lot of my tonal issues with this movie do kind of stem from them in a weird way. But I'll I'll get into the specifics later. But it's like that's one such thing where I'm like, you didn't need that, but it's funny enough.
Yeah, I think I like it as a potential, as sort of like a parallel where Gerald's trying to get him on side.
Yeah,
like he's mirroring his grandson's behavior to kind of make him more easily manipulated to the end goal.
And yeah, I do like, here's the thing, when they lean into a bit more of like the darker side of like Gerald's like personality and like performance stuff, I think he's real good. I think he's real good.
Oh
there.
yeah.
There's a couple lines I've noted down that I just need to point out when we get to them, but whew.
I think I can think of one line in particular.
Yeah. There's a.
But I think. Yeah.
But we're not there yet. We gotta talk about the Stone and Eggman divorce arc, as I've written it in my notes.
I did divorce arc when they're in the VR.
Yeah, their little bonding thing, which
I will say
that does explain some things about the marketing, because I was like, where the fuck do these scenes fit in?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I assumed that Santa scene was just like something to put online. I thought it was just like a meme clip they recorded, but nope.
That had to be 100% a scene that like Jim Carrey just wanted to do or something.
Yeah, I did note as well that they were at Eggman Land.
Yeah, that was a nice thing. I think it's like the exact logo from Sonic Unleashed too, which is a nice touch.
I think it might have been, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they did kind of like
a lot of nice little nods.
Yeah, they did kind of dial back the tone, like the like humor stuff here and there, and kind of made it more into the like Eggman stuff. And as such, a couple traditions were lost in the process. No character does the floss in this movie, so can't believe it. What happened to the Sonic movie I knew and loved?
Huh?
I made a note of that.
I was not keeping track of that.
Yeah. No, yeah, they don't have a floss thing. Sonic does not force in another reference to Vin Diesel, which he is
dead to me.
Which he has done both times before. But yeah, no, it's like, but yeah, it's like, it's fine. I'm just noting some stuff, I guess. But yeah.
Did we get a floss in the Knuckles series? Maybe they just.
Oh
hit
yeah,
their
no,
quota for the year.
maybe they did. I don't remember. I don't want to go and rewatch it. But yeah. From there, I have the scene. I forget if there's anything. Oh, right! I just completely
Glossed over the meaning of divorce arc.
Glossed over. Well, I mean, no, I did kind of get to that, but like I kind of glossed over Shadow and his like black hole bomb or whatever.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah, which is a cool little set piece. They were just like they almost killed them right then and there. Like
yeah.
Ugh. It does kind of. If they weren't like a team like that, if it was just Sonic there, he might not have but I do like how all Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles all get like a little moment to shine in this movie.
Yeah. Good thing they are a team, and that won't change. But no, yeah, as well. Yeah, I don't think we did talk about it in the how at the end of the VR thing is kind of Stone watching them get closer and feeling drawn away from it. It's like especially resonating after what him and Tails talked about it.
Yeah, it was a big moment.
Stone's real good.
Yeah, and then especially like how they were like when they get into like London and stuff, and they're like, okay, Stone, you go watch over Shadow and the crab. Make sure you don't do it. We'll just handle all this, I guess. So it's like, yeah, they go to the crab. They make some revenge guac, as Shadow says
revenge guac. I have to give Shadow at least one joke.
No, no, there's some real good jokes in here with Shadow. Like I love when they're watching the like soap opera thing, and Shadow's like, why doesn't she just kill them both? Her love is not a prize to be won. Like that's just real good.
Yeah, true. He does have his
Yeah.
He does have his comedy moments. Fair.
Yeah. But yeah,
I think it's just the seriousness he delivers it with that kind of.
Yeah. But yeah. They get to the thing. They start going to into the gun headquarters. Sonic and Co get back to Tom and Maddie, and Tom has made a freak abomination.
Yep, he has. Good lord.
Dude, this is the year of just weird puppets in the Sonic movie universe, I guess.
Yeah, you're not wrong, actually.
Because, the best episode of Knuckles, and now this.
The best episode of Knuckles is the one he's barely in.
I'm sorry to say it. I'm sorry to, be the guy who has to speak my heart here, but, yeah, that episode is just peak.
They deliver a huge amount of Knuckles' backstory, and he's only in it for the first 5 seconds of the episode.
I'm just saying the musical's just real good.
Yeah. I do enjoy that song. I hate enjoy that song. Anyway,
yeah.
movie 3.
Back to movie 3. We got sidetracked a little bit.
Sorry, I keep talking about Knuckles. I can't help it.
They get into the thing. They get Tom and Maddie to sign up into the plan immediately. We get to see Sonic die in a hologram 5 times. Real good stuff.
Yep. we get to see him go through the Resi 4 laser grid and fail.
Yeah. Oh,
they find a way to shoehorn Maddie's sister in.
Yeah, they got Randall and Rachel, but I will say,
Randall made sense.
Kind of a smart way to do it, since they're both in gun now. At least that's
what. Was Rachel in gun?
I kind of assumed that she kind of just got in there after they got married or whatever. That's just sort of how I connect the dots.
I just assumed it was just I'm bringing my wife to lunch.
I guess.
But then again, she was in the uniform.
She was in the uniform, and nobody batted an eye. So
Yeah, true. Okay.
Yeah. It's it's a cute way to have them in here without having the 7-minute extended scene that people will bitch about online.
Yeah.
I will say
they managed to they got them to cameo and kept it focused.
Yeah, I will say. Yeah, that at least to me, it doesn't feel like there's a scene that drags out or overstays its welcome in this movie. It's very briskly paced, which is nice. I don't know if you have any hang-ups or scenes, but I assume we'll get there if we do.
I mean, we're basically at the Robotnik infiltration now, aren't we?
Okay, yeah, I mean, we're about to hit the bit where they're hacking in. Oh, the Robotniks have already hacked in. They do their weird laser dance thing.
I wrote in my notes here, for someone stated to be 110, Gerald is surprisingly limber.
I'm what? I'm huh? All right, man. Fuck it up, old man, I guess. And of course,
that might have overstayed its welcome a little bit.
A little bit. Also, I have a playlist playing, so I have music going on while we discuss it. Of all the time for Live and Learn to show up, it's playing right now. It's completely randomized. I don't have an order for this, but all right.
Love it.
But yeah, no. I forget where in this scene they talk about Gerald making the Eclipse Cannon in exchange for his freedom, which I do appreciate that they don't shy away from the sort of the military being shady thing, because that is kind of a central thing in SA2.
Yeah. Was that not earlier when he was telling Shadow how he got out of prison?
Maybe. I was just kind of writing these as a stream of consciousness, so maybe it was a little earlier. Yeah. Who knows? But yeah,
I can't remember the exact wording.
They go through their things, and Tom shapeshifts into a dead man, which is a bit.
Yep. Yeah, that's what makes me question.
Is he? I guess, but it's also I don't know. We never see him again after. Like I feel like if he was alive, they'd make more of an effort to like make sure they like we know.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's a fair point.
But yeah, it is just like it's just like a thing like with that. But yeah, they get to the they get to the gravity room. Gerald does a little sexism. He's 110. Listen, I mean it makes sense, but that little joke made my theater go, oh, holy shit. Oh.
I think this scene is the last time we see Rockwell in the film, isn't it?
Yeah, I believe like here is where Rockwell kind of like goes in and out because like.
Oh no. Yeah, it's no. Yeah, Rockwell. The last scene we see is the one with her and fake Walters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but like
then we get the gravity room first.
This is like the big thing, but like. So I guess if there's any time for me to say it, I guess I should say it now. I think Rockwell might be their Rouge stand-in.
Yeah, that's what I was. I did see someone say it feels like she was meant to be Rouge, but they didn't have the budget for another CGI character.
Yeah, because like sort of a government like person playing both sides. They got a big name like Kristen Ritter on it.
Yeah.
So it's like kind of makes sense if so, but also like so they don't have to like tangle in too many arcs and stuff and like keep it focused. I guess they just gave her a bit more of a minor role, I guess.
Which it turns out she is Rouge, but just had a hologram disguise on as well.
I mean, maybe, but like those were the hologram disguise things. That was that's a Tails invention. So I don't know, because like it has a little Tails.
You think she can't make that?
Maybe. I mean, Gunn does have the technology. Oh, yeah. Also, completely past it. I forgot to mention where Escape from the City plays. It plays during like the dash while Sonic is like running into the gun base, about to like jump through the shield and all that. It's like a very remixed like orchestral like version of it.
Oh.
It like sounds familiar, but like it's not like super pronounced, but it's there.
Okay.
But yeah, okay, so I forget the order of these next couple things, but like.
Well, we had the gravity room. Everyone gets in there.
Gravity. Tom almost dies. But then Sonic walks in.
All thanks to Knuckles using something to get into the gun building. I forget what exact move he uses.
The flames of disaster.
I have that written in capital letters in my notes. Just that.
Yeah.
And we get some death flags on Tom right there.
Yeah.
Like you can, like I was feeling like I was like reflecting back on like his conversation with Sonic and the parallels with Shadow and then he does. Then he disguises himself as the
Walters.
Presumably dead Walters. Gets the key and.
Shadow kind of has a little bit of a trauma moment and then punches the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a big thing, but yeah.
Yeah, gives Sonic his Shadow moment.
Yeah. He gets the key and the thing and all that, yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
Changes Sonic tonally for pretty much the rest of the film.
Yeah. Which I do appreciate, because like I do remember a lot of people in the lead up to the like with all the marketing and stuff, they were worried that Sonic was gonna be too quippy throughout, but like no, when he gets serious, he gets down to business. Which is nice.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. So like here's the thing. Did you think like Tom was like done for? Did you like have a feeling like they weren't just gonna kill him off like that?
I thought he was dead.
That's fair enough. I was like, if they make an effort to like show him going to the hospital thing, I think he's probably gonna be fine. But like, still,
yeah,
it's like
the hospital, seeing him go to the hospital kind of gave me pause. But
yeah,
I thought they were really going for a real solid Maria parallel there.
I do think, I can understand where you're coming from, especially with like the fact that like they don't even give like They don't even give like Maddie and Sonic like a little line before like they go off. It's just like she just sort of looks at him solemnly, and then they just sort of leave.
Yeah.
Which does kind of make the scene a bit heavier, yeah.
Yeah, that look also gave me a lot of like, is he gonna get kicked out? Is this like the end of the family?
But who knows? But I mean, well, we know. But like at that time, it was like, who knows? But yeah.
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 Then the Robotniks and Shadow.
They activate the cannon. They start rising up, and here's one that I don't think is listed in the credits, but it is a Sonic song that plays. When the Eclipse Cannon is rising, it plays the Eggman theme specifically from Sonic 06 and Unleashed as it rises up.
I did notice there was like I don't remember if it said Robotniks or Eggman's theme in the credits, but
maybe
there was.
Well, there is one. There is another one that plays later. When with Eggman's phone, the ringtone is his theme from SA2.
Okay.
So it might have been that, but I think I only noted one of those themes in there. In the credits, I mean.
Yeah.
But yeah, but yeah, then we get to we start getting to the bit where Gerald starts getting a little fucked up because it's like I wrote in my notes actually because I remembered. In the first two movies, Eggman always he always specifically says he wants to conquer the universe. He never says anything about destroying it. So I knew they weren't gonna meet up on that. That being said, I wasn't expecting Gerald to be a bit suicidal with it, but he says he's gonna blow up everything, including himself, and I'm like, oh, well, fuck. And that leads me to maybe like. Maybe Jim Carrey's like most chilling line in this whole movie, where he's like, "Ivo, you're no Maria," and I'm like, "Whoa, oh my god!"
Yeah. Now here's the thing for me.
Yeah.
After that point, he should have locked in and stayed serious. Like Gerald should have dropped the pretense of being fun. He should have. That should have been the point, but he still ends
a
up
bit
being
silly with it.
goofy.
Yeah. Which is a bit of an issue I have, but. We'll get to that when we get to that, because I have a lot of notes there.
Yeah. Meanwhile, back on Earth, Sonic is fighting with Knuckles over.
Yeah. They got that little standoff going on, and it's like, kind of giving me some like Leonardo and Raphael vibes from TMNT, which I mean, kind of makes sense. Ben Schwartz voices Leo and Rise of the TMNT, but you know, still it does kind of have that thing of like. They are like, they look like they're about to like throw hands and all that, and it's a pretty tense bit, and then
I will say before we get to what I know we're about to get to, I'm glad that Knuckles is the one to de-escalate.
It's a very nice thing, like he's It's something I love about this Knuckles, where he's like a bit of a meathead, but he's not stupid. He knows how to read the room, and he knows how to defuse when necessary.
Yeah, he clearly loves this family he's become part of.
Yeah, like he's like, I know he says like in like I forget if it's in at the end of the movie 2 or in the Knuckles series that he's like just staying here because he like made a vow or whatever. But like he does clearly enjoy like being part of the family and all that. But yeah. Anyway, then we get to the main
character.
We get to the payoff. For those 3 hours of the Knuckles series, we get to see our guy Wade Whipple, and
the man with the most screen time in the Sonic cinematic universe.
I think isn't it like second, like behind Sonic?
Oh yeah, No, it wasn't behind Sonic. I think it was behind me.
No, behind Knuckles, right? Behind Knuckles.
Behind Knuckles, yeah.
Although I think with this movie it might have evened out to be Knuckles, Sonic, Wade, so I think it might be fine.
Yeah.
Now. But yeah, no. I will say, I am I'm pissed off. Not that Wade's here. I'm fine with Wade in small doses, but I will say, little pissed off. We had this whole series about him, becoming a bowler. His arc's about bowling. What? He's playing fucking hockey. What are you
doing? Wait. Calm down.
Yeah.
What's he playing hockey with? What's he using as the puck, Parry?
Oh yeah, he's using the master. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a whole bit. I'm fine with that. It's just like I went through all this bowling arc for nothing.
no, you are entirely right though. That was very weird. Like, that was the whole purpose of his arc in the show, and
yeah.
also,
Also,
just likes any sports.
Yeah, I guess. But I do like just something I thought before we get to like it's about to hit the part where like the movie locks in, chat. So like we're about to get to like where it's just like nonstop, just well almost nonstop, like 10 out of 10. But like I will say, no discredit to the human actors in this movie. I know it's hard to like act off of what's not there and like having to act off like puppets and like rubber balls like in pre-production, but like I always notice with Wade specifically, like when he's talking to a Sonic character, his eyes are like bugging out a little. And I don't know, it's kind of part of why the Flames of Disaster bit is like so like funny to me, because like his expression in that is so like
he's not looking at anything.
Yeah, his own little world. But yeah, no, yeah.
My note for that scene was glad that main character of the franchise, Wade Whipple, made a cameo and was given the Master Emerald.
Yeah. I do love that Sonic just sort of immediately just is able to get it from him. That was a cute little bit. But then we get the and then we get Fleetway Supersonic for a little bit there.
We also get more in-depth flashbacks, don't we, of
Oh, do we?
Shadow and yeah. It's not till they're actually on the thingy that they show what happened to Maria.
Oh right, the whole thing. And they do like that pretty like good subversion of the shooting bit, because like they don't shoot, but they make like they don't shoot her specifically, but they do like allude to it specifically. Like, dude, that's a child. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, but then like as many people theorized, she does not get shot. She explodes, or she gets blown up in the lab.
Yeah.
Accident. Yeah. And again, another decent little bit from Jim Carrey, where they're like running off together. I think like he sort of sold that moment a little bit too, which was nice.
You can see the sorrow in Gerald's eyes.
Yeah.
Which also really sells the Ivo, you're no Maria.
Yeah. But after that, we get Supersonic starts going up towards the Ark. He's getting ready to kill a man. Although he might not, but you know, he's getting ready to. I love how he crashes through it. Just like big like just show how powerful he is, yeah.
Yeah.
And also they set up that little Chekhov's gun too, because like the quill that Robotnik holds also turns super. Which
that's a point, actually. I forgot to say this earlier, that like I like the parallel of Gerald also having one of Shadow's quills and doing the same licking thing.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like, yeah, I don't really know like how it works that the quills turn super like separately from them, but also
yeah,
it's fine.
Yeah, like, I don't know if it did that in movie 2.
I mean, we didn't really. I mean, Supersonic was so like contained. Supersonic was so contained in the second movie that we didn't really have time for that. But yeah. Yeah. But yeah, they get to fight. They go down into that like the sort of like ruins of like erupting like volcano and stuff. And I will say, I the fact that it is just like they're just in like a Tekken stage basically. That's just the fucking Tekken stage that they're fighting in there. But like,
oh yeah, no, that is. I can see the Tekken stage.
But like I just sort of, my first theory when I first saw the trailer was like, oh no, is that like, are they fighting on like part of the Earth that the cannon actually managed to like raise a little bit? And I'm like, oh fuck. But no, it's nothing nearly that heavy. It's just like, oh, they're just fighting in the volcano and the ruins and stuff, and it's incredibly well choreographed. Yeah. Just real good fight stuff. They re-rendered that one shot that I drew, and because I drew it, I was able to clock that immediately.
Yeah, I was gonna say as well that even with Supersonic going against him, Shadow manages to punch the Super out of Sonic.
Yeah, which is like, damn, that's what Knuckles does at the start of Sonic 3, the game.
Yeah, and
although to be fair, we never got Knuckles versus Supersonic, but so maybe Knuckles can still do that.
and on the point of the re-render, yeah, we get to see Super Shadow as well.
Yep. Super Shadow, and I do love like the whole like, yeah, like the whole like emerald fight and all that. It's all like, it's really well done, and I just, all the different shots they do, it's real good. And Shadow kind of provoking Sonic a little bit there by being like, what was his name? Tom? I'm like, they're beefing. And, it's real good. Real, like, kick-ass stuff.
Yeah. That whole fight is insane. The fact they're like, and you get to see it briefly from the perspective of space, of them just kind of darting all over the planet.
Yeah, it's real good and real cool. There's so many. I need this thing on digital. There's so many shots I need to like study and/or redraw. Oh,
yeah,
we're in it. And then eventually they keep fighting and they get up onto the moon.
Yep.
Which is just real nice. And we get that bit with Shadow being like, "Come on, do it, kill me."
Yeah.
And of course, like his Sonic, ultimately his heart, his mercy kind of just wins out there, and that's how they're able to reconcile more or less. We get that
flashes back to Tom like doing the
make the right choice, Sonic.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we also get a little bit of that parallel flashback. I forget if they also flash back to that, but like the thing with Maria and the stars. Yeah.
They don't flashback. They just talk about it.
Yeah. But yeah, still, it's a nice parallel all the same. It's real good. I liked it quite a lot. And then
you can still see the light even if the star is gone.
Yeah. It's just, damn, real poetry stuff here. But then, yep, they do the thing. They do the little like handshake, and then we get them going super again, and we get that live and learn, baby.
Hell yeah, we do.
It's real good. There's so much good fight choreography here, and like with like they have like the gun robots from SA2, like those are the exact designs being deployed out in the fucking Eclipse can. It's real cool.
Yep.
And and we get a little bit of that Gerald Eggman beefing as well, which is again, there's
this is the point where I was saying it was a bit silly when he had like the giant hand and was spanking him
giant,
like...
I was gonna wait a little before we got to that, but I gotta say, you cannot just go from this cool borderline Dragon Ball stuff with Live and Learn playing, and then smash cut to Gerald spanking Eggman. These writers are insane. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, it's
it was...
It's a lot. I won't deny. I laughed a little, but I'm like, this shouldn't be happening. The tone is a bit... it's being a bit scrambled.
Yeah, a little bit.
But yeah. But I do love the... Again, like, I forget exactly how Tails and Knuckles, like, get up there, but they do have their...
They don't show it. They're just there.
Okay.
We have there's no build up to it. We just the first hint there's nothing about it.
I mean,
and then you just see Tails flying up after Joe condemned Eggman to fall into Earth.
I mean, they do have like I mean, I just sort of assume they use like a warp ring or something to get up there.
Oh, probably, yeah.
Yeah.
I fully believe that.
But yeah, like the whole thing with like the fucking the scorpion and the mantis. I'm like, what are we doing here? Like, come on.
Yeah.
we're doing a bit overkill here, and I mean, like, to be fair, this may be the last time like Jim Carrey. This may be the last time we see Jim Carrey in a theater. But all the same, it's like we could have dialed it back just a little bit. I do think
we could have locked in more on the Gerald being angry at the world.
Yeah, but I do kind of like the whole thing with I do kind of like the whole thing with Gerald just sort of heartlessly like sending Eggman to die in space though.
Yeah.
That like Like that if nothing else, I think I would have like if I was like cutting it, I would have kept that at the very least.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's the bit that matters. Like he only truly cared about
Yeah.
Maria, and that
But yeah,
warped him so much.
Yeah, I would have kept that, and also the one little comedy bit I would have kept between Eggman and Gerald after that is the part where he dies, because that bit's actually really fucking good.
Yeah, that was
he just fucking zaps him and he dies.
Yeah, just it's just instant. That was perfect. That, like, for someone that twisted, that sort of understated end is great.
It's real good, real fun, yeah. But yeah.
Yeah.
They keep fighting. There's more of the fight going on outside, and Tails and Knuckles are helping Eggman try and steer the Eclipse can a little, and
yep.
The moon split is on accident in this universe. It's not like a threat against humanity. It's just like, oh well, it's just something we have to live with, I guess.
I love the dichotomy of him being like, I did it. I steered the cannon out of the way. Goes a bit too far. Look what you two did.
Yeah. Yeah, just some real good just that real good Eggman stuff. Yeah. And then after that, like, we just kind of have to like dispose of the Eclipse can pretty much, and we get like our sacrifices basically.
Yeah.
And we got Tails and Knuckles doing their big part in the final act, helping to save Sonic, which is very nice. I just wanted to give a big shout out to that before I like get into like all the big things here, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, what's up?
I will say as well, something I don't think we mentioned. Like, this is going back a little bit, but like when they're first on the Eclipse cannon, that Stone calls Robotnik up to say like, I think your granddad's insane. I'm worried about your safety.
Yeah, right, and that's when like that's when the divorce like really does happen. Yeah, because he's like, I'm done with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did kind of gloss over that, but I also forgot to make a note beyond Stone and Eggman divorce arc, so I guess that's on me.
But I feel like he kind of pulls it back at the end.
Yeah. But yeah, But before that, like, we get like, Shadow actually removing the inhibitor rings, which is just such a nice detail. I assume you're not like, you know, like what the deal is with those, right?
I actually don't.
Okay, so like basically, the rings on Shadow's wrists are basically like power limiters. So if he takes those off, he's basically going full throttle, and I do appreciate that they left that in as like a detail here.
Like the weighted robes Piccolo wears.
Pretty much. He's basically just given everything he's got for this last bit, and it's real good. And
we also didn't. I also don't think we didn't mention Sonic and Shadow working together to deflect the beam from Earth.
Yeah, true. The deflection and like they're doing that. Shadow uses the chaos spears in the fight against the robots, which is super cool.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cool things in those fights that like I do love, but it's like can't really kind of hard to really talk about them beyond like, oh, this shit's real cool, you know?
Yeah, there's a lot of this shit's real cool.
lot of cool fan service stuff going on in this movie. I will say, like, I don't think like this movie is enough for like. I don't think it's like if you don't like the first two Sonic movies, I don't think this is gonna change your mind or anything. But if you're a fan of the games and you like the first two movies enough, this one's gonna be real good for y'all. I will say.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if you're this deep listening into the thing, I assume you've already seen it, or you just don't care about spoilers. But all the same. Yeah. One of my
the fall to Earth.
Yeah. One of my favorite little details, though, I will say, is when Shadow and Eggman are like doing their sacrifice thing. It plays the song from the ending cutscene of Sonic Adventure 2. Like this really like somber like song that plays in that game, and it was such a nice touch. It's real good. But yeah, it's just real nice. You had something you wanted to say, I believe, before I rambled. Sorry.
I don't think so. I was just kind of like tracking back to Sonic like losing his power from the reflection, starts falling back to Earth, and Tails goes to save him, then gets knocked out. Knuckles saves them all.
Yeah, Knuckles Knuckles pulling through. That's my guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I do. So okay, I would like to. We're gonna lock in for a minute on one scene in particular, which is the scene with Eggman, where he's basically saying his goodbye, basically. It really does feel like a sort of like bookend for the character, if I can be honest.
yeah,
Like they touch on all of his like little bits from throughout the series as he's like saying goodbye. So it's like
yeah.
it does.
I can't rule the world. I may as well save it.
He does his little like robot motions. He mentions the lattes. It's just he mentions all of his little things, and then it does feel like
You were more than a sycophant. You were a sicker friend.
yeah. It's just there's a nice little round out to the Stones arc, which I quite liked.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like, oh. It's good stuff, and it's like, I feel like it's gonna go one of three ways. Where either they somehow do get him back for a fourth one, he's just like back, I guess. He just, as the leak of Sonic 3 said before we knew anything about Sonic 3, he returns from the depths of hell.
Yep, I've actually got that up. Directed by series regular Jeff Fowler, this third installment in the movie adventure of Sega's speedy blue hero, voiced by Ben Schwartz, finds the entire Donut family traveling to Egypt, where Sonic meets a pink hedgehog who claims to predict the future, while Robotnik returns from hell and awakens a new challenger, Shadow the Hedgehog. Oh, I love lies.
Yeah.
I don't do that. Just go on the internet and tell lies.
Yeah, that was just a really funny leak from before we knew anything. Yeah, from a year ago. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like either he dies and comes back from hell. He has like a minor role in the fourth one that I have theories about, but I can't really get into until we get into that post-credits discussion, which I'm saving.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saving.
Yep.
Or the alternate, he's just gone, and maybe like Stone takes the reins or something, because like
I could see Stone just kind of being a neutral / good thing. There's plenty of rogues in Sonic's gallery besides and hell, Shadow's arrival on Earth kind of sets one of those up at least.
Yeah, it's like the thing is for me, I can see Stone being neutral, but I can also see him being just as deadly as Eggman, because some of the like interviews they've done and in the like prequel comic they made for Sonic 2, they do kind of make a point that like he's just about as smart as Robotnik is the thing. So like he's got the potential. He's just, you know, he was just happy to like serve Robotnik, I guess, is the thing. Which is nice. Yeah. Okay. So question, maybe I missed something. Where are the Chaos Emeralds now? Where's the Chaos / Master Emerald now?
No. I have the same question.
Maybe they just, I don't know, maybe the pieces just sort of scattered across Earth after they were done. Or maybe Shadow still has it, who knows?
Well, that's what's confusing, because in Sonic 2, when he goes out of super mode, you see the Chaos Emeralds shoot out into the sky and fly all over the Earth. Shadow takes the remnants of the Master Emerald and reforms it.
You mean Knuckles?
And then in this... Yep, Knuckles, you're right, sorry. But then in this... the Chaos Emeralds are in the Master Emerald again. It's... I don't know.
I mean, who knows? Ultimately, like, if you have the Master Emerald, I guess it's... I mean, at the end of the day, it's like the Master Emerald has been shown in the games to have basically the same power as the Chaos Emeralds, if not more, so, like, ultimately, it's... They could have just not had the Chaos Emerald still in there, but who knows? It's fine.
They'll handwave it if they intend to turn the characters super again in the future.
Which, I mean, they definitely will, like, judging by the reactions to the end of this movie and the last movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got our...
I remember when the first one came out and everyone thought, like, we're not going to get Super Sonic. The closest we're going to get is when his eyes turn blue.
Yeah, but here we are, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just looking real good, and I'm just like, damn. All this sort of just came from, like, the redesign, because if we never got that redesign, we would have never gotten this far, and I shudder to think
Yeah.
of living in that universe. Ugh. Because I'm gonna be honest, I think if they didn't fix that design, I think the entire Sonic series would just be like gone now. There would just be nothing.
Are we talking games as well?
Yes, like the reputation just goes so far in the dirt that I think he's just killed. He's just dead. Like there's just no more. And it's just like, oh, I'm glad that's not the case. Oh.
Yeah, same.
But yeah, oh. But then we get our nice little scene of everything being back to normal, which I do like as a bookend, but I do think it's a little abrupt because like we don't get anybody asking like, you know, what happened to Shadow or anything. It's just like, nope, everything's back to normal, just a happy family.
I think they know because Tails and when they land back on Earth and like look at the
Oh yeah, they do look up at like the big explosion and all that, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, and like I'm pretty sure like Tails says like Sonic or I think Sonic might be the one that says like Shadow and or one of them says Shadow and Eggman sacrifice themselves. Like they're fully aware of what went down.
I guess, yeah. I guess, yeah. I kind of just glossed over that in my notes, I guess, again. But yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, no, I think as well that bookends is mostly there as well to tie into the mid-credits scene.
Yeah, but it's
which we are drawing close to, but not
yeah,
quite there yet.
It's very nice. It's very cute. The theater got a big laugh out of the little bits with the dog, I will say.
Yeah.
Very cute little bit there. But yeah, after that, yeah, they go on another race, and that is that's Sonic 3 basically until
nothing else to talk about.
Until, well, there is a certain little thing in the middle of the credits that
oh yeah, right, yeah. That little thing, that little joke scene, right?
Oh yeah, no, he goes to New York City and he's like, oh, I guess I overshot, and then it's like, wahoo, it's a me, and he's like, oh my god, it's Chris Pratt. No, but
I think you're the only.
And they tie into the Smash Brothers movie, but no.
We see eyes light up in the forest behind him.
Yep, we got Metal Sonic, which fucking
the design is perfect.
It's perfect. It's basically just the game design with like a few extra details, and I'm just and they're sort of going for they're going for a different angle here with it. Because, like, they have, like, the army of Metal Sonics, basically. Because, like, there's a whole bunch of eyes in the forest. And it's like...
Oh, yeah.
I'm curious as to, like, how this happens. What's the execution? What's the plan with that, I guess? Because, like, my main thought, because I borrowed said thought from a friend, is that, maybe Eggman had, like, a kill switch or something. Like, if I die, these fucking freaks will be unleashed onto the world.
Which I'm guessing is kind of your, like... potential cameo for 4 is like flashing
like
back to him
like a hologram or like a flashback or something.
Yeah, I am curious about the origin of our favorite robot buddy.
But yeah, it's very nice. They don't really like he's just completely like played completely straight, real serious guy, which, you know, that's what he is. Like, they're just like there's no real room for like well, I mean, in some media here and there in other branches of the series, there's rooms for like small like character things and like heart, but like for most of the time Metal Sonic is kind of like he's kind of like follows his programming. He is here to kill, and he is doing that here, and it's real good, real cool.
Yeah.
And
then, yeah, like you said, a whole forest of Metal Sonics descends on Blue Blur.
The thing I noticed, like the rest of them are silver, and the rest of them are like silver colored, and the main one is like actually Metal Sonic colored. So I'm wondering, like, if it's like, you know, it's like there's like a main one, and like he sends that, like if he like controls the rest of them, or like what's going on with that. Like, I don't know. I do have
that's
like
a good point. I did not notice that.
I have a lot of ideas surrounding this, but I don't know how much of it is gonna come off as me just like rambling about stuff that you don't know about this series.
I am happy to hear it regardless.
Okay, so
I loved Metal Sonic growing up. He was like one of my favorite designs in the
Yeah.
You know, I never had like any Sega systems growing up. I only had a PlayStation until like I got a Game Boy. My entire like world of Sonic growing up was the Sonic the comics they released over here and the cartoon series.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, yeah, everybody has their different like entry points, I guess, which is fair enough. I mean, some kids are getting into the Sonic series nowadays through these movies, which is nice. But yeah, no, like one of my theories. Okay, so in Sonic Heroes, there is Metal Sonic basically upgrades himself into becoming Neo Metal Sonic, where he is able to like copy the data of like other life forms and stuff, and basically use their power against them.
Wasn't he the one that sent all the letters out to the various hero teams?
Yeah, he was basically acting as Eggman in that game. Yeah, basically, and
tended to be him. Yeah.
Yeah, and controlling the robots, and I have to wonder if maybe they'll bring in some of that here, and maybe next movie is like a mix of like CD and Heroes stuff. But also, I'm thinking because Neo Metal Sonic also does have a basically kind of a super form at the end of that game where he turns into like this big kaiju thing called Metal Overlord, and that is They bring that in as a boss in Shadow Generations, so I'm like, maybe they're introducing this now so that they can have a build up into that in movie 4 potentially. Who knows?
I mean, it's possible.
I'm thinking maybe instead of like the life form data copying, like he just fuses with all the Metal Socks and turns into a big old beast. I don't know. Something like that. That was where my mind went, but I'm not sure. Who knows? But man, you know what the crazy thing is? We're not even halfway through this mid-credit. This might be like one of the most elaborate mid-credit scenes I've ever seen, I do have to say.
It is insane.
Like, like it's just basically an extra scene in the movie, pretty much, right?
I mean, to be fair, the mid-credit scenes to the first two films set up exactly one thing each.
Yeah.
They set up Tails in the first one, and they set up Shadow in the second one.
Yeah.
This one, it sets up a lot more than just Metal.
It sets up two characters and a big like sort of like a big thing about the premise. Like it sort of like alludes to like what the premise of 4 is going to be as well. But yeah, Sonic's a bit outnumbered, but then certain pink hammer starts flying around and we see Amy, and my theater cheered so loud. They were popping off.
I was shocked by how many people left at before the mid credits even loaded up, but but it got a big reaction from the people that were sensible enough to stay.
Yeah, nobody really left in my theater, which was nice. I guess just going. Yeah, just got a bunch of fans in mind.
I mean, regardless, it's part of the experience now, isn't it? Like it's especially if you're in the third film in the franchise, you know there's going to be at least a mid credit scene.
Yeah,
like when. Like, the only time, like, a series that's, like, kind of known for having them has kind of subverted that was Avengers Endgame, and that was after 10 years of build-up.
Yeah.
Like, they earned the right to not have the end credit scene there, but...
Pretty much, yeah. It's like... Whew. But yeah, Amy looks real good. Looks practically perfect.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I like the, yeah. I like how they... I like how they
who's gonna voice
it with the cloak, yeah. Yeah, that's the thing, like, I have noticed, like, ever since the first Sonic movies credit scene, they kind of haven't been given the characters' voices beforehand, just so that I guess they can figure out, like, what's the most popular fan cast that we can use here, pretty much.
Was Keanu a popular fan cast for Shadow?
It was, a lot of the discussion was between him and Robert Pattinson, from what I remember.
Fair.
Which, I mean, Robert Pattinson, also a good one, he's Batman, so, like...
Yeah, let's start a huge petition for Robert Pattinson to voice Amy. See if we can make it happen.
Yeah.
It starts here today, chat. Boots on ground. Let's do this.
But yeah, no, I'm not sure who they're gonna get for Amy, but I'm hoping it'll be a He'll be a good voice and all that.
Yeah.
I do kind of feel a bit like it is a little strange now though that like Tails' voice actor Colleen is like the only one from the games in here, but she does a good job. So like it's
fine.
It's just something I find a little weird, I guess.
Yeah, no, I agree. Maybe they'll start doing that with some of these newer ones.
Yeah. Although I will say, okay, so they didn't release the official soundtrack before I went into the movie, but I will say there is a little bit of foreshadowing to this post-credit scene in some of the song titles in the soundtrack, which I find kind of hilarious. So there are two tracks, one called Green Hill's Present and one called Green Hill Good Future at the end of the movie, which like Sonic CD basically, which you know alludes to Amy and Metal.
I was gonna say there's one track called Amy and Metal are in the mid-credits scene. Stay for the credits.
Stay for the credits. Nah. Most of the titles on here are just like little like SA2 references, so those two like stuck out to me a bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, just really cool stuff that got setting up here, and I'm interested to see where things go from here. I guess is the main thing, because I will say, Sonic 3 kind of hit like perfect balance for me character-wise. I think every character just got a good amount of screen time, good stuff going on.
But they're definitely it's definitely reaching a point where it might be getting a little bit too diluted now.
Yeah, it might get a little bloated, might run the risk.
Yeah.
But I guess if they run like a more sub-series like Knuckles, I guess they could like have an excuse to not have certain characters show up in certain movies, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, we saw Shadow die as well, so.
Yeah, but then we do get that one scene at the end of the credits, and like, yeah, of course he's back. Of course they're not gonna let him go.
Yeah, of course he's back. That's Shadow's whole thing.
He always punches comes back.
Yeah, no, there was no doubt in my mind. I was like, oh, it's a shame Shadow's died, but also isn't that like his whole thing is dying and coming back?
Yeah, he just yeah, like the whole thing with like the whole thing from SA2 The Heroes, he's kind of back with no explanation, but he also like has a little bit of that like amnesia thing going on. He doesn't remember like his past. I wonder if they're gonna do something with that would be a little I mean, they spent so much time setting up the Maria stuff in 3, it would be a bit weird to throw it all out, but I guess they did that in the game, so like who knows? They could just do whatever. I mean, he remembers eventually is the thing, so like
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. We'll have to see what happens with Shadow, what they do with him in the future. I'm interested because it's like basically just reliving all the stuff I've already seen, but like under a new lens, and it's fun.
Yeah. I feel like Shadow could work as a series rather than or his own film series. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, I do remember in one of the interviews, Idris Elba did say that he wanted to do like some Shadow and Knuckles thing at some point, maybe. So which does sound neat. I think that'd be fun, maybe. And then the monkey's paw curls, and we get and it turns out the folks of that series is Rachel and Randall.
Hanging out with Shadow, taking the meaning of family.
But yeah, that's pretty much it for Sonic 3. Although I will say one thing that I was a bit, one thing I was a little but I was a little like surprised by. Shadow never says Chaos Controller, does Chaos Control at all.
Yep.
Which is a bit odd. They had him say it in the DLC, so I was like, oh, okay, so that's a lock. We're getting that in the movie, but no, okay, guess not.
I mean, as well, they also, I can see why they didn't, because they also had him like say to Sonic, "You have your own catchphrase."
Oh, I guess, yeah, fair enough.
But this Shadow is too edgy to have his own catchphrase, even if it is like a command word.
Yeah, fair enough. It's like, but yeah, you got anything else you wanted to like discuss or like bring up, I guess, before we wrap it up?
I think like the only thing I really had issue with, like I said, was Gerald kind of going back to being goofy after the mask dropped.
Yeah, pretty much.
That was unnecessary. But besides that as well, like human wise, I've just got a note that says what is Rockwell's game plan here, and I still don't know. She just stopped showing up.
Yeah, that is like the one thing that they just sort of like drop, I guess. Who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe Gun's the one who made the metal. I don't think they would. I don't think they made the Metal Sonics, but like, who knows?
Maybe Rockwell did. I don't know.
I mean, Gun was like, for a time they wanted to like capture. In Sonic 2, they were trying to capture Sonic and Tails, and that was like the whole thing of the wedding scene. Which, you know, actually, like looking back on it now, it is kind of kind of fucked up that like one of their through lines is always just like, oh yeah, get the aliens and experiment on them, but that's just the military for you, I guess. I don't know.
Yep.
they see a hedgehog again. They're like, we can work with this.
I'm also so curious about where Amy came from in this setup.
Yeah, I'm curious as well, because I'm like, I mean, maybe. I mean, who knows? There's a lot of potential for like where she came from, what they do with her, and it's like things could. It could be fun. Although I will say, a big fear I do kind of have with Amy's characterization is that I'm worried they might go a little bit like they might do the Princess Peach movie thing where they like overcorrect her a little bit. Where like I get that you want to have her be like the like, you know, the cool badass girl, but you don't need to like remove like the like quintessential parts of like her like her like love for the planet and like the love for life, I guess, and like optimism and stuff. I'm not saying she needs to be like, I'm not saying we need to keep like the whole like lovey-dovey crush stuff, but it's like there's a lot more to the character that I don't know. With recent trends, I am a little worried they'll dilute her a little, but I'm also like, we'll have to wait and see.
I hope they kind of take like what they were doing with her in Frontiers, where she's like, she loves Sonic, but she wants to do her own thing.
Yeah, she's like an admiration and all that. Yeah. It's sort of too early to tell because like she did one thing in that pose. She did one thing in that scene. So like I'm like,
and she kicked ass.
Yeah, she definitely did. Also, yeah, the moon was still like the shot with her and like the moon still split it in the background was real cool.
Still pissed on.
Yeah. I wonder if they'll keep that consistent or if they'll make like the games and just stop caring after a certain point. Although, who knows? Maybe because of the movie, that's what made them lock in on that Shadow short, and they actually showed the moon split up for once. Maybe they're going to be more consistent about that now. Who knows?
Yeah, never know.
But yeah, just a minor thought I had, I guess. But yeah, I'm like really excited for like what comes next, I guess, is the thing. So.
Yeah. They've clearly got big plans for this entire universe.
Yeah, like from the stuff they've set up, like at the end of this movie to like some of the more minor stuff. It's clear they have like a plan and a goal going for it, and I'm like, I'm here for it. Yeah. Yeah, it's like.
I'm sorry, you're going.
Well, I do. Again, we've made note of many times. I do have minor issues with the film, but I really do think like as far as this movie universe goes, I couldn't really ask for a better adaptation of Sonic Adventure 2. It's just really well done for the most part. It's just probably my favorite one.
Yeah, they've handled the Sonic franchise incredibly well across this trilogy so far.
Yeah, for sure.
The only mild misstep is Knuckles, but even that has its redeeming moments.
Yeah, it has some stuff going on.
It's not as bad as the overblown hate on Twitter at the time made it out to be.
Yeah, just Just watch the first 2 episodes, that musical number, and that final battle scene where Wade goes, "The flame's a disaster," and you pretty much get everything you need to.
Yeah. I would like a season 2 if Team Chaotix show up.
Oh yeah, for sure. My friends actually like had a fun pitch for that where Knuckles season 2, Wade disappears and like and the Chaotix are on the case to figure out what happened to him.
Oh, I'd love that. I would genuinely love that.
That'd be a cute way to do it, yeah.
Yeah.
Bring in their mystery solving and all that. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's just
future's looking bright.
It's looking very bright, yeah. I'm excited to see where things go, and I'm just
Yeah.
And I hope no matter what happens going forward, they keep Agent Stone around. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I would love. Yeah, I'd love to see him stand on his own, with or without Robotnik.
Yeah. Yeah, just good stuff all around, and yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, 2.5 more years. We gotta wait. Oy.
Yeah. Let's hope there's something in between.
Yeah, I mean, either way, the franchise will keep like going strong with like games and like comics and stuff. But you know, I'll let the movie team like do what they want to do. Let them cook for a while. And yeah. Any like last notes that you got that we want to like wrap up with? I guess.
I'll share like the last bit of my notes, which was for the mid-credit scene. I wrote 3 words.
Yeah.
All in all caps. Metal. Metals. Amy.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Each had their own paragraph break.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah, no, I think a few weak points, like I've said. Gerald being a bit too goofy after the mask dropped, Rockwell kind of fizzling out, but maybe she'll be a bigger player in the future. But all in all, really solid film. Franchises, the series is going strong. I'm excited for whatever's next.
Yeah,
and it's giving me the itch to play the older Sonic games.
Yeah.
Either again or for the first time for the ones I've missed.
Yeah, as soon as Mike, my friend Mike came back from Sonic Movie 3, he was like, he basically just started up Shadow Generation. So I was like, oh, it's doing what it was designed to do. It's pushing the copies. Let's go.
Oh yeah, I've still been sat on that for months. I should really get on that.
Yeah, it's real good. But yeah, I guess that'll about do it.
Yeah.
I guess until the next one comes out, or who knows, maybe if there's any other movies that come out that we want to like discuss like this in the future, maybe we'll do this again. This was fun.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Gotta wait for Knuckles Season 2 or Shadow Season 1.
Yeah.
Or Shadow Film.
any
or
of
anything in general. I'm always down for whatever.
Yeah. But well, for now, chat, I'm going to be signing off for now, and yeah. Thank y'all for watching and just hanging out for about an hour and a half. We basically talked for about the length of the movie about the movie.
Nice. We did it.
Yeah. Oh.
Ah.
But yeah,
Wonderful.
I will see y'all around. Bye-bye.
Bye.